Talk to your name like it could answer back, like love was hiding in the walls. I saved a space for your shadow, but you never showed up at all. You touched my life without staying, held my hand without holding on. You were present in moments, but missing when it mattered most. I learned your silence by heart, every pause, every delay. You called it being complicated, I called it slowly breaking me. You said you cared in soft voices, but care never learned my pain. I kept explaining my tears while you kept pretending not to see the rain. You were never here, not when I needed truth, not when I needed effort, not when I needed you. You were never here, just close enough to confuse, close enough to make me hope, far enough to always lose. I loved you in full sentences, you loved me in half replies. I gave you my open heart, you gave me unfinished goodbyes. I waited through empty evenings, convincing myself this was love, but love doesn't feel like guessing or praying to be enough. You disappeared while standing next to me, that hurt worse than leaving ever could, because I blamed myself for your absence instead of seeing you never would. You showed up when it was easy, when I asked for nothing at all. But when my heart needed shelter, you vanished behind your walls. I kept believing you're almost, you're one day, you're not now. I didn't realize I was grieving someone who's never around. You were never here in the weight of my fears. You were never here in my worst or my tears. You were never here when loving me took courage. You stayed where it was safe and called distance being honest. I tried to love you patiently, tried to love you small, tried to love you quietly so I wouldn't scare you off. But love shouldn't feel like shrinking or apologizing to stay. I was bending until I broke, you were already halfway away. The hardest truth I've learned is not that you walked away, it's that I kept holding on to someone who never truly stayed. I wasn't asking for perfection, I was asking to be chosen, but you kept your heart locked while mine stayed wide open. Now I see it clearly in the silence you left behind. You didn't lose me, you were never really mine. You were never here, and that's the deepest pain. Not losing what we had, but realizing I loved alone the whole way. I'm letting go of the version of you I created just to survive. I loved a presence that didn't exist and called it my life. You were never here, and now I finally am, standing in my truth, letting go with shaking hands. I loved you honestly, even when it hurt, but I won't miss someone anymore who was never really there in the first place.